Kunkamsana Balhange. Welcome back to my daily Tesla briefing. I'm sure you're all excited about your weekend, Saturday off tomorrow. Without further ado, let's dive straight to the only daily Tibetan Parliament session highlight in English. Chaired by Honorable Speaker Kimbustam Tempela, the 11th day of the 17th Tibetan Parliament in Exile's 9th session, that's a budget session, convened at 9:30 this morning with the second reading of the legislative procedure of various rules and regulations. As per the list of business, the amendments to the rules and regulations for the Public Service Commission were discussed with changes to Article 9, Clause 1 and 2, Article 11, Clause 2, Article 13, Clause 1, 2 and 3, Article 14, Clause 1 and 6, Article 15, Clause 2 and 3, Article 16, Clause 1, 2, 4 and 6, Article 18, Clause 1, 2, 4 and 5, and finally Article 20, passing the second reading. However, the amendment to the Article 15, Clause 4 of the Rules and Regulations for the Public Service Commission was repealed after failing to receive the necessary two-thirds votes. Then, during the second reading of the proposed amendment to the rules and regulations on the annual budget and finance regulation, considering the general consensus of the House after an array of deliberations by the members of the House and final judgment of Honorable Speaker, decision to constitute an ad hoc committee to conduct a thorough review of the rules and regulation of the budget was taken. Following the list of business, the amendment to the rules and regulations for the housing and estate of the Tibetan settlements, Article 11, Clause 1, passed the second reading as well. Then the amendment to the rules and regulations for the parliamentary procedure and conduct of business concerning the removal of the elected dignitaries, the impeachment of the CTA dignitaries as per the proposal of the ad hoc committee, focusing on Article 17, Article 75, Article 76, Clause 1, 2 and 3 were discussed in length. However, due to a lack of consensus within the House, it was decided to freeze the bill until the 10th session in September this year to allow for a further clarity to the legislature. Just to let you know, private member proposals of the amendment will be accepted then. We have already had 3 ad hoc committees on this amendment, so it was perhaps the most sensible decision to come to that conclusion. Hereafter, the amendment to the rules and regulations for salaries and other allowances for the Supreme Justice Commissioner and the other Justice Commissioners, whether it's the Article 6, Clause 4 for the extended maternity leave and a new provision of paternity leave, Article 7, Clause 4, E and F on the medical aid, Article 10, Clause 2 on the admission of their children in schools, and Article 13I on retirement pensionary benefits and counting of services passed the second reading as well. Then the amendment to the rules and regulations for the salaries and other allowances for the Standing Committee of the Tibetan Parliament in Exile, that is Article 7, Clause 1, and for the honorarium daily allowances and other entitlements for the members of the Tibetan Parliament, Article 5, Clause 4 also passed the second reading. Then the amendment to the rules and regulations for salaries and other allowances for Sikyong and the Kalus on Article 6, Clause 4, Article 7, Clause 4, as well as amendment to the rules and regulations for the salaries and other allowances for the Chief Election Commissioner, Article 7, Clause 1 and Article 7, Clause 4 passed the second reading. Finally, the amendments to the rules and regulations for salaries and other allowances for the chairman of the Public Service Commission on Article 6, Clause 4, Article 7, Clause 4, and to the Auditor General of the Office of Auditor on Article 6, Clause 4, Article 7, Clause 4, and Article 10 also passed the second reading. Then following which, as per the list of business, the legislative procedure continued with the second reading of bills related to the Tibetan Supreme Justice Commission, namely the Tibetan Code of Civil Procedure, Tibetan Rule of Evidence, and the Tibetan Court of Judiciary. The Tibetan Code of Civil Procedure, that's Tsenjupimi's Timshikhan ki, Chimadushi ki, Dulu Tsenzi Timjar ki, Timigi Timjar, passed the second reading unanimously with repeal of Article 69L on suo motu cognizance after failing to get the 2/3 of the votes to pass the second reading. Then the Tibetan Rule of Evidence, that's Tsenjupimi Timshikhan ki Pangda Tsenzi ki Timja with amendment to Section 3, Clause 1, passed the second reading unanimously. Likewise, the Tibetan Code of Judiciary, that's Tsenjupimi Timshikhan ki Timlu Wangzing ki Tsenzi Timi ki Timjar with amendments on Section 6, Clause B, Section 10, Clause A1, Section 11, Clause B, Section 12, Section 14, Clause A, Section 43 passed the second reading unanimously as well. Subsequently, an official motion to grant concession on the net profit contribution, that's Tsangye Gecha, for Menzikang, then for Digilharsu Tibetan Cooperative Nyamde, then Purwala Sakya Tibetan Society, and the Sadon Kamkato Tibetan Society was tabled by Sikyum Pemba Tsinla, the incumbent Kale of the Department of Finance. The motion was passed with a majority vote. Then, after which, an official motion to grant a concession on the net profit contribution, that's Tsanke Pup, for Porotashipeki Tibetan Cooperative Nyamde Society was tabled by Sikyum Pemba Tsinla, the incumbent Penjo Kale, not really, Nangsi Kale. The motion was also passed with majority vote. Then an official motion to grant concession on the pending administrative fee on the grants payable, that's Rungu Gecha of Upper Tisiwi, was tabled by Sikyum Pemba Tsinla, the incumbent Kale of Department of Finance. The motion was also passed with majority vote. Similarly, an official motion to grant concession on the pending administrative fee Zingong Gecha for Snowland Foundation of Kathmandu was tabled by Sikyum Pemba Tsinla, the incumbent Kale of Department of Finance. The motion was again passed with majority vote. Finally, the House then proceeded with the continuation of the presentation of the 12th Public Accounts Committee, that's Mount Sita Sokchung by its chair, Parliamentarian Gishi Anto Richard Genzela, and its secretary, Parliamentarian Gyaton Pupa Dojila. So the session today adjourned at 7 p.m. until 9:30 tomorrow. For the tomorrow's session, just to give you a glimpse, the important event to watch out for is the Bill on the Official Solidarity on the Urgent Situation inside Tibet, and the deliberation surrounding it, but also the agenda on the election of the new Justice Commissioner and the two Justice Commissioners of the Tibetan Supreme Justice Commissioner, apart from the new Auditor General, Zishib Genzi, of the Office of Auditor General in a secret ballot after the certain death of the former Auditor General, Thawa Genzla. So yeah, this is it for today. I would say that tomorrow is something to watch out for. Usually, we're all aware that the solidarity motion for the Tibetans inside Tibet, is something that we begin with every time, but it's been several sessions since honorable speakers have decided that it will be an agenda to conclude the sessions with. So will be the case for tomorrow. We still have 2 more days to go. Tomorrow, Saturday, we will be having a parliament session, but on Sunday it's a day when we can relax a bit, and Monday will be the last day of the 9th session of the 17th Tibetan Parliament in exile. So yeah, this is it for today. I think we all will be looking forward to the appointment of the Chief Justice Commissioner and the other 2 Tibetan Justice Commissioners, along with the Auditor General as well. Let's say, Tharidaran Samchi Sanyi Jayo. Tasle.